Hi everyone, my name is Amit Sharma. I lead core search product for eBay. I've been with eBay 10 years. I'm an avid seller as well here at eBay, and I love working as well as shopping on eBay. I'm here to help you understand the recent and upcoming changes on search process and help you prepare to win in search. This is our agenda for the session. First, we'll go through the search retrieval and ranking process overview. After that, we are going to help you understand the changes. And last but not the least, we are going to help you understand what these changes mean for you and how can you win after these changes. This is just an overview of our ranking and retrieval process. Essentially, when the user starts typing a query and enters it, and he sees the result, this is the process that happens between these two events. The first part of the process is retrieval, where we try to retrieve an initial consideration set for the user. What we essentially do is we try to map all the tokens in the user's query to the tokens that are present in your title as well as your item specifics, which are aspects. After we create that initial consideration set, we start constraining it so that the user can get the most relevant results upfront. We do a lot of category inferencing using our machine learned algos, and we limit the recall to one or few categories. Post that, we evaluate the relevance of your item for the user's intent and restrict a lot of items for some of the sorts. Last step of this process is ranking, where we evaluate your item on a lot of factors like the conversion potential of your item, which is really influenced by how competitively you have priced your item, what kind of image quality you have provided, how likely is it that the buyer will be impressed with your item. Apart from that, we measure the relevance of your item, price, listing quality, which includes the title, image, description, item specifics, shipping speed of your item, where the item is located, have you forward deployed it if you are an international seller? All these things go into ranking, including your return policy, how good a customer service you have provided in the past, if your bad buyer experience is high, if it is better than average, all these factors impact your ranking. Moving on to what has changed. For retrieval, we have started focusing a lot more on item specifics. We are now using everything that you provide in your item specifics, which are also called aspects, to match the intent of the user. So you don't have to stuff your title anymore, even if all the tokens are not present in your title and most of the things are present in your item specifics, we'll still retrieve your item if the user is looking for it. That allows you to create great titles which are not overwhelming for the user, as well as allows you to make sure your item is retrieved every time the user is looking for it. The best way to win is keep providing us more and more richer aspects and get your items more visibility even in the narrowest of the queries. The other major change that we are rolling out is a focus on item specifics quality. We are scrutinizing the quality of aspects a lot more than we used to do previously. And it's very important that your title, item specifics, image, description are all coherent so that the buyer can understand and make a trustworthy purchase. The second step, as I said, was the constraining stage. And that's where we are making a lot more changes in our category inferencing services. With our machine learned algorithms, we are focusing on getting users to more and more specific categories so that they can get more and more relevant listings. The best way to win here is just make sure you list your item in the right category. If you list it in the wrong category, even if the user is looking for that item, you have all the right tokens in your aspect, your item will be kicked out just because it's not in the right category. So please make sure you list the item in the right category. The second big change in this one is our actions on duplicates. Our users really struggle when we show them the same item again and again. And that's a complaint that we consistently get from our users, especially for sorts like price low to high. So what we are going to do is we are going to keep only one listing from you which is unique in at least one of these aspects. It can be either the description of the item, the aspect of the item, condition, shipping, or return policy. So please don't list the exact same item multiple times because it's not going to be of any use. We are just going to push it to the next page. It's really important for our users to see diverse set of results rather than seeing the same item again and again. If it's not going to sell once, doesn't matter if you show it 4 times, it's not going to sell. So please maintain the uniqueness of your listings. And the most important one, ranking. The biggest change that we are driving right now and it will continue driving next year is to make our site more and more price competitive. We are going to introduce a lot of features that compare your item's price with all the items that are similar to it. And if your item is priced competitively, it has a way higher chance in ranking to the top of the page. So please make sure you price competitively. You provide us the right structured data information besides pricing it competitively. The second big change is around listing quality, which includes image quality. Good quality images, well-written titles, nicely structured description are all going to improve your ranking chances going forward. As we start understanding the quality of our listings better and better, we are introducing features in our model that tell the model how good is your listing. So the better quality images, the better written titles you provide, the higher your chances are in rising to the top of search results. Last, it's really the customer service that you provide, which gets reflected in your history. So any escalations like item not received, item is not accurately described, or any other form of bad buyer experiences impact your ranking in a negative way. So please make sure you provide a great customer service, prompt response, timely delivery, and great well-written descriptions to avoid all these bad buying experiences. You do all of this and you have a very great chance of rising to the top of search. After this, I'm going to pass it on to Pravesh, who is going to help you understand how to win in ads and search.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Pravesh, and I lead what we call as the search ads product. We'll go through a couple of things today. First, we'll go through an overview of search ads. After that, we'll cover sort of the vision for search ads. And then last but not the least, I'll go through a couple of key recent and upcoming changes on search ads. So let's go through what ads on search stands for and give you an overview of the entire experience. Number one, search drives a majority of the seller velocity that eBay provides you in the ads program. As an example, if you're running a typical ad campaign on eBay, a large majority of the incremental velocity that you get from ads comes from search. Prominent placements like top of search. So it's extremely important to focus on search and to focus on optimizing on search if you want to maximize your overall velocity through ads on eBay. Second, search supports multiple ad programs. On the one hand, we support what we call as the PLS, which is the PL standard program, all the way to what we call as the PL Advance, which is the click-based PL Advance program. And we continue working on new ad programs that can be activated on search. And last but not the least, we are expanding search to reach global buyers, and we are also expanding ads on search to the same global buyers and also across a number of ad placements on search. Today, you'll see ads in the search river. In the search river, you see ads in top of search, middle of search, and bottom of search. We'll continue increasing exposure on that real estate, but we are also working on increasing the experience of ads beyond the search river, such as top of search river, below the search river, and many other places where we can better connect sellers or advertisers with our buyers in more meaningful ways. So that's an overview of ads. I do want to spend some time on discussing what the mission for search ads is. And the mission is quite simple. On the one hand, we want to ensure that the incremental velocity that advertisers get on search gets maximized so that the ROI of your investment on ads also improves. And we want to do that while ensuring that the net experience of ads is positive for our buyers. So we want to ensure that the sellers have a good return of investment and also maximize their sales velocity through ads, while our buyers also gain from the ads experience. And that's what we always want to do. We want to cater to both our buyers and our sellers in any marketplace. And ads is just another ad marketplace that we want to focus on. And finally, we'll go through a couple of key changes to ads. Some of these are already in place and some of these are upcoming. Number one, ads in top 4 slots. To give you some history, ads in the search river were interspersed throughout the river. You would see ads as well as organic results mixed with each other in the search river. But that's changing. Soon, you will see clearly demarcated ad placements, such as the top of search ad placement, middle of search ad placements, as well as bottom of search ad placements. Each of these ad placements will have a number of ad slots. Ads will be shown in a continuous and clearly demarcated manner. We think that makes it much easier for buyers to identify and to interact with the ads. And more importantly, it gives an ability for sellers and advertisers to target specific ad placements. So in the future, you will have an ability to target a specific placement such as the top of search ad placement or a bottom of search ad placement. We think that that will provide you even greater flexibility on how you control your cost and how you gain visibility on search. And again, as I mentioned, it's also good for the buyers because the buyers can clearly identify the ads and have better interaction with them. Second, PL Advance. We launched PL Advance last year, and during the time of launch, PL Advance was only present in slot 1, which means that you can only see ads from the PL Advance program in slot 1 of search. We are now expanding that to 4 slots. So you will get ads from the PLA program in slot 1 to slot 4, which means a much higher exposure for the PL Advanced ad program, which in turn means that if you're participating in the PL Advanced program, your items will see a much higher velocity. And if also you are considering whether you want to invest in the PL Advanced program or not, keep in mind that PL Advanced program will soon provide you much more incremental velocity than what it was providing before. So do try that out. And finally, we continue working on various tools to improve velocity, or as Amit would have mentioned, your visibility on search. There's a number of things that we do, and we will continue ensuring that you can continue increasing your velocity in a scalable manner so as to control your costs as well. One of the few examples are broad match. In the PL Advanced program, we launched exact match last year. We also launched what we call as the phrase match last year. This year, we are launching what we call as broad match. Broad match is a type of targeting which provides a much higher reach for your keyword targeted programs so that your items get much more exposure to a wider swath of buyers. It also ensures that you're able to spend more of your budgets at a reasonable return on investment. This is just one example. There are many, many other examples. We are also working on what we call as ad rate sensitivity, which is essentially making changes throughout our system to ensure that when you make some change in your bids, you see a more pronounced impact in your visibility, your ranking, and your velocity on search. So we want to give you all these tools which you can use to, again, eventually improve the velocity on search through ads. So these were some key changes that were upcoming on ads. Finally, a few key takeaways from what Amit mentioned and I mentioned. There are a lot of tools that you can use to improve your visibility on search. Ensure that you provide rich and accurate item specifics. Be very careful which category your item lies in. Things such as pricing and image quality are getting increasingly important for where you rank on search. And finally, ads. We are investing in multiple programs and multiple ad placements. So ensure that when you run ads on eBay the next time, you keep in mind on how it performs on search and how you can use ads to increase your visibility on search. Thank you.